then something out of all of our prepping that we've done, I had never once feel like I heard this.
Before we know it, the fire alarm goes off. And here she is!
Hey everyone, sorry this has taken so long. We've been trying to gather all our thoughts with what happened and figure out how we wanted to share our story with you. So we'll just start from the beginning. Well, the beginning of labor. On that Sunday, so Valentine's Day, pretty much right when I woke up, I was feeling kind of crampy. Wasn't really sure if it was early labor yet or if it still meant a few days or anything. There's always a story in my family where my Aunt Wendy, or as you guys might know her, Mimi, would get too excited when her labor was starting, and so it took her a lot longer. So I was kind of just trying to keep it like low-key, not really tell anyone yet. Then I lost my mucus plug with the bloody show, and so I was like, okay, this is getting a lot more serious. My back.
Amanda's having contractions. We're counting them.
But still wasn't like too crazy. We still went for a walk.
Contractions today, huh?
Yeah, we're trying to keep it moving though. We want to rest, but not rest too much so that it stops.
Keep it moving. That way she's ready. Oh, is that one? We're tracking it on an app so we can see how long each one is and how frequent. You okay? Do you want to stop? Love you.
The earlier ones were just like crampy up here, but now I'll move to my back.
Come on, Evelyn. It's putting your mom through so much pain and get out of here.
You know we're still in early labor because I can still laugh.
Even though Amanda's making it sound normal, my adrenaline was pumping. I was ready to go.
I'm very excited. I'm trying to stay calm and sound calm. Don't tell Amanda. We already messaged our midwife, our birth center, and they know to maybe expect us today. Sorry, okay, enough excitement.
Car's ready to go. Everything's packed. Let me know. I was really ready. I know Amanda's taking it easy, nice and calm, because you don't want to get too excited, right?
Yeah.
If it was me, my contractions would have been done because I was so excited.
And they started at like 10 minutes apart, and then throughout the day they kind of got to like 8 minutes. Sometimes there would be a little break, mostly when I took a nap. Well, tried to. But when I took my nap, I actually hurt my arm, and so I couldn't lift it higher than this for like the rest of the day.
Foreshadow. Amanda's shoulder was hurting all day. Oh, contractions. My shoulder. I was expecting the opposite. Like, contractions. My shoulder kind of hurts. But it was the opposite. Foreshadow.
Then at like 8 that night, when I was like kind of like, okay, hopefully now I can just sleep through the night because I've been up since 7:30 this morning, is of course when it started to get worse. My back actually started hurting really bad. So she was sunny side up, which is how I was for my mom. So that causes back labor because her head's pushing against her spine. And so I took a bath just at home to try to like relax it because I was kind of still hoping maybe to just sleep through the night and maybe tomorrow pick back up again. So then at like 10 it really started getting bad and it was getting pretty intense.
So once it started getting intense, we messaged our midwives that Amanda's back was hurting really bad. So they gave us some advice.
So I had Dean start like pushing on my back, and we also started being 4 minutes apart by that time, so 4:11. They didn't want us to come until 3:11. Contractions are 3 minutes apart, lasting 1 minute for 1 hour. I think because I'm a first-time mom, so usually unsure if I should come in yet or not. Then something out of all of our prepping that we've done, I had never once feel like I heard this. I was throwing up really, really badly. Like everything was coming out, and I had never heard that, so I was kind of concerned.
Yeah, no one prepared us for that. Of everything, you guys saw all our videos, how over prepared we were. We didn't read this. No one told us, and maybe it's not a thing.
Be prepared.
You could throw up a lot. Like we had to have a bowl. I thought something was wrong. I think I messaged our midwife on the app because Amanda started throwing up. They're like, oh, that's normal.
It's normal. Now you know. I had hit that 3:11 for about 45 minutes, so they're like, all right, let's head on in.
With some stairs and then more stairs.
Dane texted Jessica, but there was no reply.
Oh my gosh, I text Jessica. I was like, all right, it's time to go. And nothing. Oh, Jessica's gonna miss it. I was actually gonna message her a picture of a random newborn baby off the internet. Be like, oh, here's Evelyn. To make her think she missed it. But I didn't have time, and that would be kind of mean. That would have been so
Would
funny.
have given her a heart attack.
Amanda had messaged Jessica about 5 minutes apart now for the last 5 to 6 minutes, and this is at 12:38 a.m. and no response. And I was like, oh, Jessica's not going to be there. I actually messaged Chris. I was like, dude, wake up, wake Jess up. And he did, thankfully. So Jessica messaged us back, I'm up. She made it there like 5 minutes after we got there, so she was there for the whole thing. Careful. Contraction will go down the stairs. Pregnant?
So once we got there, I feel like this is common even for hospitals. You're supposed to be 6 centimeters before they'll admit you. So I got there and I was actually only 4 centimeters. Since my back was hurting so bad, like I just could barely stand. And they were only 3 minutes apart. They let us labor there. Like an hour later, I was at 6. So we moved pretty quick. Since she was still sunny side up, we actually tried turning her. So we did the rebozo.
We did a maneuver called shaking the apples. That's meant to help the baby do their final turn. I think it did help, but maybe not enough or too much too late.
Yeah, we really didn't think about it. Everyone kept saying, oh, she's head down, she's head down. That's good. We didn't think about
Face up.
other kind of position.
Face up or face down.
We could have maybe done some other stuff to help that out, but we didn't plan that part.
Amanda's in intense pain because of her back labor. So I'm constantly having to press on her sacrum to help relieve the pain. She's doing her moaning and groaning from the contractions and throwing up. We're only like a few hours in. Before we know it, the fire alarm goes off.
Not the time.
We were very worried. And the midwives did an amazing job keeping calm. Of course, I was extremely concerned.
Thought we were gonna have to leave, like evacuate the building when I was in my labor. So once we'd gotten to the birth center, I like kept my eyes closed the whole time. I didn't wear my contacts, so I just threw my glasses at one point. Once I hit 6 centimeters, I was allowed to go in the bathtub to help alleviate pain. And I didn't really want a water birth, but once I got in there, I could not get out. And the bath helped so much, the warm water. And it just alleviates some pressure, and so I was just hanging out there. And then I started falling asleep between contractions. I was just so tired because I had been up now almost 24 hours by this point, so I was pretty tired.
Yeah, you never think about how tiring labor is. That you just fall asleep between contractions. It's a tiring process. I felt so bad. I felt so helpless. There was nothing I could do other than press her sacrum and massage her neck.
It's good that she's resting in between. Save her energy for pushing.
And play awesome Disney music.
And play awesome Disney music.
Relaxing Disney.
Relaxing Disney music. I'll share a link to my playlist, to Amanda's birth playlist at the bottom, so you guys can listen to what we listened to during the birth. And you can guess what song she was born to.
So then at like 5:30, I was 10 centimeters. And so we were pretty much ready to start pushing.
Whew.
So we'd only been there for about 3 hours. So we started pushing. The one thing you can never prepare for too is the mindset that you just get into when you're in labor. Like, I thought I would be able to like think and like process like, oh, I'm having a contraction. But I was just like in a whole other zone, like whole other world.
Amanda was so focused. I'm glad though, because she didn't have time or mental faculty to stress about it. I was more focused stress, so it was good that I could do whatever I needed to help. That was
And Dane
good.
did take breaks sometimes. Sometimes Jessica would push on it, or the midwives, so that was helpful. Whole team.
It was a team effort for sure. Amanda did most of the work.
And then I did hit that all normal transition, feeling like I was done. It's that time when you think that you can't do it anymore.
This is when I felt the most helpless. When Amanda was like, I can't do it anymore.
And think I started crying.
She started crying. She was saying, I'm just so scared. And I couldn't do anything about it. It was amazing how focused she was and just got through it.
It's hard to really imagine what that next step even is. Like, to even imagine labor and then to even imagine actually having the baby. So, like, to me, I was just gonna be in labor forever now. Like, and they wanted me to kind of roll over where I was more on my back, which I really, really didn't want to do. Like, to me, ideally, I was gonna be outside of the tub, like, squatting. Like, that was my ideal. There was a point where we had to decide, okay, are you gonna get out or are you gonna stay in? So I just stayed in because it made it easier and I didn't want to move.
And you guys have probably heard Jessica say this, our midwife told us too, that a water birth is kind of like the natural epidural because it provides such relief. Amanda definitely didn't want to get out.
Yeah.
But Evelyn had other plans.
This is where obviously it gets difficult and why we're not going to show the whole birth. And I was able to push her head out. Dane was ready to catch her because he wanted to catch her, but she got stuck. And luckily this is something that we had actually like prepared for in a way. But they did a really, really great job. I mean, I couldn't have seen it going any better with it being a complication. So it is shoulder dystocia. Her shoulder got stuck behind my pelvic bone. And we think it's because she did start to rotate and so
She was coming out head up like this. She started turning and got stuck like this. Her shoulder got stuck.
They had me do a lot of different positions to try to get her out while still in the tub, but then her head came out of the water. And once that happens, you can't go back into the water.
Definitely can't show this part, but Evelyn's head was out. We could see Evelyn's head, hair and all, and her beautiful face as Amanda was climbing out of the tub.
Assisted by other people.
There was multiple midwives making sure Amanda didn't slip and also making sure Evelyn's head didn't slip out. So this is an outside tub as you can see in the video. So Amanda had to climb out and then down the stairs and then onto a bed. So Amanda is so badass that she was able to do all of that.
That was, I would say, the hardest thing to do right there.
Yeah.
With her head still hanging out.
So on February 15th at 6:17 a.m., our baby Evelyn Rose Newson was born.
Yay!
Yay!
It's okay. Tell me what you're scared of. You're already doing everything you're supposed to be doing. There's nothing to be scared of. Okay, she's coming. Here she goes. Heart rate.
Oh my god.
There you go. There you go. Happy birthday.
Amanda, that was crazy. Holy shit.
Good job, Amanda. Yeah.
You're so badass. Oh my god.
Hey, do you want to cut the cord?
Okay.
He's all down.
Freaking amazing. I am so glad that you guys let me here. Like,
This is some crazy mom stuff, and I feel like you guys should know, not all sunshine and butterflies like they show on TV sometimes, where it's like push, push, oh, there's a baby. There's so many things that can happen, and that's okay. We just got to be prepared for it and know what to do. Just like our midwives knew exactly what to do. They were super prepared.
And it really helps to trust your team, though. Like, this was why we really wanted to do this birth center specifically, is because we got to meet everybody there. Like,
I would prefer to know who's delivering our baby, who's going to be helping with delivering the baby. Fortunately, we knew everyone there.
we felt comfortable with anyone helping us out.
It was pretty cool, very intimate. Love the whole environment and the ambiance and the experience.
Having planned, having prepared is more what we had decided, right? That really helped out, and I feel like it made it less traumatic. Like, I feel like that could have really easily been something traumatic, right? Having that situation where it's not just the normal, she comes out. But we trusted our team, we had prepared for it, we knew about that kind of complication, and I feel like that made it a little bit easier to kind of... I feel pretty good about how it all went. Like I said, you're just in such this zone, and like, if I even tried to describe any pain to you now, I literally can't. Like, I know it hurt really, really bad in that moment, but I don't remember. The hardest part was just not getting like breaks in between. I always feel like people are like, oh, you know, it's like an intense minute, and then like you kind of get 2 minutes to like not feel
Really?
it.
Good for
I
them.
feel like that's what it was. Yeah, it was never ending. Like, back labor is no joke. I mean, I'm sure everyone gets it a little bit in their back, but I almost felt nothing in the front. It was just
That's so
all
funny.
in the back.
You still felt the contractions, all right?
In my back.
Oh, God. What was the hardest part of the delivery?
I feel like the hardest part was just like waiting, because like there comes a point where I am not pushing anymore. Like, normally it's like, okay, you gotta push her out, but like there came a point where I was no longer the one delivering her. Like, I really did have to rely on them, and so it's just like waiting. Like, I just had to sit there and kind of wait. But we'll do a whole recovery and like first few weeks with Evelyn. This was just kind of our birth story.
And here she is! There she is.
She's the best, sweetest little thing.
And here she is! Oh, I know. Sorry, baby. This is your on-screen debut. You have to smile. Yay!
She's just sleeping.
Aww.
I get to keep her, right?
We figured we'd come downstairs and you'd be gone.
I almost told her. I did think about it.